Bienvenidos a la Familia de Arizona, where community, cultura, and corazón all come in one place. I'm so excited because we have a special organization joining me here today. They have really made people's wishes come true for several years. As a matter of fact, since 1980. And guess where it all started? Right here in Arizona. We are going to talk about that, and I want to introduce my special guests who are here with me. Veronica, who is with Make-A-Wish, and a Make-A-Wish kid, Jesus, who are joining me. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today. Bienvenidos.
Muchísimas gracias, Gibby. Really, we are so grateful for this opportunity, especially during this month, the month of April, which is World Wish Month, and where we really celebrate nuestras raíces que empezaron, bueno, aquí en Arizona, porque aquí comenzó todo con Make-A-Wish.
Yeah, you know, I had just told you a story that I had heard. We had a camera guy who just retired. His name was Mike Schmidt. His dad, Alan Schmidt, trabajaba por DPS. Mm-hmm. And at the time, he was telling me the story that he was in the living room when they came up with Make-A-Wish, and it all started with a 7-year-old que tenía leukemia, ¿verdad?
Sí, así
and
es.
He was our very first.
Our very first Chris Gracious. His wish was granted this month of April. Y precisamente empezó con el deseo de Chris, que estaba enfrentando una batalla muy dura. He was battling leukemia. Unfortunately, he did not make it. But his legacy, his impact, his story, we're still talking about it today. And the way that Make-A-Wish has impacted so many lives, and to just think it started with Chris here in our state is such a beautiful story.
You know, that reminds me, you know, a lot of people, la gente piensa que los niños que tienen que estar terminales, right? Mm-hmm. That their life is going to end, and that's how they get a wish. But that's not true.
That's not true, and that's one of the biggest misconceptions we really want to educate people on. We want to bring awareness that these are not last wishes. They are lasting wishes. We hope that the children and the families that go through these experiences, that this is a positive impact that has this ripple effect for many years to come.
You know, I always think about it because for something to start here in our backyard, mm-hmm. pero para ver dónde está ahorita en el mundo, ¿verdad? ¿Dónde se fue? I mean, there's not a place you can't go that somebody's wish is being made right today.
Right. And so many of our children want to go to different places, right? We have so many travel wishes. In fact, that is our most popular type of wish, is I wish to go. So we have so many chapters, not just in our state, but not just in our country here, but actually in different countries. So we are able to connect those kids with those chapters in different countries when they choose to go. So to just have that community, that vast community, to know that the Make-A-Wish family extends beyond Arizona is something that is so special. And to know that wishes, they're universal. This is a universal feeling. It's a universal emotion to be able to grant this opportunity for families that are facing something so hard, to give them this opportunity to have hope, to have strength, y que se sientan vistos. Porque many times a lot of these families express that it is an isolating experience when they're going through their child facing a critical illness. So community is one of those things that I think we also offer.
Y me estabas diciendo que las familias, they come out to about 40%, mm-hmm. right, of the families are Latino families or Latina families that are in here. But do they know that this is out there for them? And then, I mean, how do they reach out and say, because when you think about it, Make-A-Wish, it's one of those things where they'll be like, wait a minute, what am I getting into?
Right. A lot of families have said when I've talked to them is we didn't even want the wish at the beginning, right? Because of that misconception that people think it's only for terminally ill children. Pero ese no es el caso. So the way the referral process starts, many times it starts with the medical provider. So ellos son los que están haciendo estas referencias para los niños para ver si califican. They're the ones that know the child's medical history, and we do ask for a lot of that information. But referrals can also come from family members, from parents, from guardians, or even the child themselves. So that's where the process starts.
And I would say you guys are different, right? ¿Qué es la diferencia when you think about what you guys do compared to a lot of nonprofits? Because it's so special the way this has come about.
One of our wish managers said, our mission is unbeatable. And I keep going back to that. I keep thinking about that. The fact that our mission, our goal, our purpose is really to give these families that are facing, situations that are unbearable. They're unimaginable, to have your child go through this critical illness, and the fact that we get this opportunity to come in and say, we want to give you a chance to grant your child one true wish. Les queremos dar esa oportunidad para que se olviden por un tiempo de las citas médicas, de tratamientos, because these children many times, I mean, their childhood stops there. They're forced to grow up. They are put in these situations where it's hospital visits, it's treatment. They don't go to school anymore. So for us to be able to give them back a little bit of this joy and this hope and the strength, I mean, I have to pinch myself every day. Like, we get to do this every day. It's really, really magical.
Is there a deseo too big? I mean, because there's miles de deseos. I said that in the promo that I shot because there is so many wishes, and you're probably surprised by some of the wishes, but that's one of those where the great people you have behind you really come through, whether it's a restaurant, whether it's somebody who knows how to fly, drive, dance, run, laugh.
Exactly. It takes a village. It takes everyone watching us. It takes our whole community, and it is so beautiful when you see that the community rallying behind these families. But it really is a team effort. And as far as wish too big, I'm not sure. I feel like our team, I mean, we find a way. We really find a way. And again, it's going through that discovery process with the families to find what is their one true wish, what is at the heart of the wish, and how can we make this possible.
Porque hay tantas familias que son latinos. ¿Qué será si quieren ayudar? How can they get involved? Because you need people who are bilingual.
We do, especially you mentioned more than about half of our wishes right now que estamos concediendo son para familias hispanas latinas. So that requires bilingual volunteers that can do these interviews with the families to go through the discovery process. So necesitamos voluntarios bilingües porque una familia se va a sentir más cómoda cuando ese voluntario habla su idioma natal. Entonces it's very important. We want to make sure that these families feel very comfortable. We obviously need donations because we are 100% community funded. And so donations, we will take any amount. That is so, so helpful. But again, volunteering is a great way. If you're a business owner and you have a restaurant, if you have labor services, construction, porque muchas veces los niños quieren casitas en sus patios traseros, so little playhouses. So construction material, the labor that is involved, all those are very, very valuable services as well.
You know, I always think back, being in news for all these years, I always see how the community comes together. And when I think about Make-A-Wish and when I think about what they do, I wish that there was a camera there every single time and that we could share everybody's stories, because cuando ves las historias que tienen estos niños, it's almost like Christmas all over again, right? The looks in their faces, their hearts just melt because they understand this is amazing, something they would have never probably had a chance to do or to accomplish.
Exactly, and it's the experience, right? It's that emotion, it's the feeling, and again, it's giving families a chance to forget about their day-to-day routines that can be really taxing on them, y darles esta felicidad, que ese niño o esa niña se sienta que they can be a little carefree for a while and have this joyous moment. And that really is what it's all about. We try to capture every single moment because you're right, it's like this Christmas like feeling. It feels just so magical, and that's part of my job. I get to share those stories with the community.
Jesus, you know, being a wish kid, and we're going to learn about your story here in our next segment, but being a wish kid, what would be an important information? Like if you wanted to pass it along to another wish kid, ¿qué sería algo importante for them to know going through a process like this?
Just be patient, be happy, and enjoy the moment.
What was it like with your family? Because they get to come along with you, right? They están ahí contigo cuando vas through the whole process.
Yeah. It's like, wait, can you repeat it?
Like your family gets to come along for the ride too, right? It's not just you. They kind of cater to the whole family.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And so if there was something in there, what would you tell the kids who are in your position that are in there waiting for that wish to come true?
Probably like I said, be patient. Like when I was waiting for my wish, they always made sure they sent me some gifts like Legos or stuff like that to like make sure that I knew that they didn't forget about me.
All right. Well, and like I said, in the next segment, we're going to talk about your story and how we go through with that. But the main important part is Make-A-Wish is not only here in Arizona, it is live and well, as we mentioned, throughout the world,
Throughout
right?
the world, that's right. Yes, we have chapters all over the world, so we are international. And again, it's one team, one mission, and really, our goal is to make sure that we get to every eligible child and we grant their one true wish.
All right, Latinos, you heard that here in Arizona. The numbers are huge when it comes to it. Okay, Jesus, ya es tiempo. ¿Estás listo? We're thinking about it right here. I want you to play a little ditty for me. I warm up, whatever it is, because you brought an accordion. You know, we're going to learn more about Jesus's wish. Y lo que quería hacer es, quería ser artista, quería ser productor de música, and we're going to get to hear that. But I also have a little something with Veronica. She too was a wish kid as well. So when we come back from break, go ahead and play us a little something as we go in and we learn more about their stories and more about Make-A-Wish, where the sales really come true, right here on La Familia, Arizona. Bienvenidos. Welcome back right here to La Familia de Arizona. I'm pretty excited because, okay, we got the information out of the way. Ya sabemos lo que es Make-A-Wish, but what makes a wish? What makes you a wish kid? Y aquí tenemos not one, but two, because Veronica too was a wish kid in the state of Washington. But Jesus, let's start with you. Let's talk about being a wish kid, because starting off at a young age, you actually had to have a heart transplant. Tell me about that.
It wasn't like very young. I was maybe like around 12 or 13.
Okay.
It was like difficult, but it was easy after I just like laid there the whole time.
And what happened? Did they call your mom? How'd you get the call? They said, "Hey, ¿sabes qué? Tenemos aquí for wish kids. Si tienes un deseo, we want to make it happen."
It was a nurse who recommended it to us, or I think a doctor, and they let us know about it. And I think it was the what's it called? It's like a counselor at the hospital, a social worker who contacted Make-A-Wish.
And when they said, "Hey, what's your deseo?" How'd you come up with it? Because I'd be like, there's so many things that would come through my head. You came up with what you have on your lap right here. That's why you have the accordion with you.
Yeah. I talked to someone from Make-A-Wish, and we went down like a list of things that I could wish for, and one of the things was a shopping spree, and that's what I chose.
Speaking of shopping spree, I saw some of the stuff that we have in there. We have some stuff of you doing a shopping spree. You have great taste there. I think we're the same size too. Me vas a dejar prestar some of your clothes. Look at this. Look at Louis Vuitton. Where'd you get to go?
I went to like Coach, Christian Louboutin, and pretty much everything I got was like from Coach.
Oh man! And what happened? Were your friends telling you like me? Hey, tenemos la misma medida.
Armani, I saw in there.
I
as
know.
well. He likes the finer things.
He does
in
like
life.
the finer things,
Yes.
and then of course get an accordion, because one of your wishes was to be a recording artist, right, or a producer. Which did you like the most?
Well, I want to learn how to be like a producer and how to like record music, but like right now I'm still learning. But my wish was like mostly like an accordion. On my first thought, I wanted a wish for like sound systems and stuff, but then I just rolled with this.
And cuando yo pienso de acordeón, I always think of Ramon Ayala, but
Me
you said you
too.
had others. You tenías otros that you like. What would you say that inspired you?
Sorry. The people that inspired me were like Ramon Ayala and Edgardo Núñez and Remy Valenzuela.
And they're the ones who kind of said, man, that sound is perfect. Because like for but you also not only play accordion, but también tocas la guitarra también.
Yeah.
And you have a band as well.
Yeah.
What's the name of your band?
Los del Valle.
Los del Valle, and he's also, we'll talk about him because you'll be able to book him if you want to bring him to your house. We'll have that in. But as I mentioned, Veronica, tú también era a Wish kid in Washington State. The fact that you now work for Make-A-Wish, did that have something to do with it? ¿Cómo comenzó para ti?
Definitely. So I was 9 years old when I was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So about a year into, I had surgery, chemo, and then my doctor approached us and said, you qualify for a wish. And my first thought was, well, I want to get better. That's my wish. Like, I want to get out of this hospital. They're like, can you think of something else, something we can give you? I'm like, okay. So I ended up choosing a computer. And my parents, they're migrant farm workers. They were very honest. They said, we will never be able to afford one. So I saw this as my opportunity. I really wanted to become the first in my family to graduate from high school and college. And so beyond the wish, beyond the computer, I felt hope for my future. When I got that computer, I thought, I'm invincible. Like, I can do anything. And so it really opened so many doors. With that computer, I started my first job as a student reporter in middle school. I started writing my first articles, fell in love with writing, fell in love with journalism, and that led me to a career in broadcast journalism. And now I am doing the storytelling for Make-A-Wish Arizona. So the way that it all just comes full circle, I don't think it's a coincidence. I think it was meant to be.
And a lot of people remember you porque también eres reportera, estaba haciendo la clima también, right?
Sí.
You were working. How long did you work in the business?
Yes, so almost 10 years. I started off as a reporter, I was an inker, I was a producer. Empecé en inglés, después español, Telemundo, across Washington State, in Las Vegas, and then here in Arizona. Ended up getting my meteorology degree, so I am a meteorologist. So I'm just so proud of that those 10 years that I worked in television and taught me so much. But now I get to bring all that experience here and to oversee that storytelling for Make-A-Wish Arizona. Again, it's such a beautiful experience to have it all just come together like this.
Y se queda contigo, ¿verdad? Porque
Sí.
me estabas diciendo de la niña que llegó en la estación. And tell me about that, because you said it brought everything right back.
Yeah, so I was getting ready to do the weather, right before the newscast, all the chaos, me estoy arreglando, maquillando. Entra una niña, la primera niña de Make-A-Wish que conozco aquí en Arizona, Maria, and I see the blue Make-A-Wish, I see the logo, and it just stirred something in me, something so beautiful. I found myself like almost in tears. I'm like, that's Make-A-Wish, they're here. We were about to interview her that day for the newscast, and I thought, I have to get involved. I have to get involved. So I started volunteering, doing a few events with Make-A-Wish, and then when I saw this opportunity, I said, I have to go for it. I have to try because it feels like it'd be a great fit.
Jesus, have you ever had a chance to meet any of the other Wish kids? Were there anything that's so memorable that you remembered? Because yours, when you think of everything you've gone through, había unos niños that you said, man, that's crazy what they went through, but they were able to kind of see their deseo come true.
Yeah. I went to an event called the Wish Ball, I think in December last year. And I met a few kids and I talked to them and I asked them like, what was your wish? And like, I was like, what led you to getting a wish, and like how did you find out about them?
And that's the special part, right? Because then you
Yes.
get to see them. And those who are here, they have those memories with them that they then push forward, right? And do they tend to give back? I'm assuming that a lot of those wish
Yes.
kids then get involved.
A lot of Wish kids have come back to intern with us. They're volunteers with us. So yes, and I think that's one of the things that I think is so important to also mention is that it doesn't just stop at the Wish. We really look to engage our families post-Wish because Wish kids become Wish alumni, and we are very proud of our alumni community. Again, like I mentioned, a lot of families say this experience can be very isolating, right? When your child is facing a critical illness. So we really pride ourselves in having this community, right? Beyond the Wish, we have a community of families that come to different events. We put on different activities for them y queremos que esta sea una experiencia de por vida.
Okay, well, how can you get involved? Jesus, you ready to play a little something for me as we go into break? Cuando regresamos, vamos a hablar poquito más que cómo ustedes pueden llegar y ayudar aquí con Make-A-Wish, because honestly, they need your help. Necesitan tus assistance. How do you say assistance?
Ayuda.
Ayuda para llegar aquí con Make-A-Wish y ayudar con estos deseos que podemos ayudar a todos los niños que necesitan. When we come back, vamos, Jesus, vamos, Chuy. Muchísimas gracias por llegar aquí con la familia de Arizona, where we want to treat you like our family, being part of Arizona's family for the last 32 years and knowing that Make-A-Wish has grown alongside me here in our state and seeing where they are now. It is amazing, but they need your help. Necesitan tu ayuda. Volunteers are really needed. How do people get involved?
That's right. So pueden ingresar a nuestra página web, wish.org/Arizona, wish.org/Arizona. So we have so many opportunities there, all the information. We're on social media. We have our website. I mean, you can contact us and we're happy to provide you with more information and let you know how you can get involved. But volunteers are
necesitan
key.
de todo.
Necesitamos de todo. So as far as volunteers, we have over 500 volunteers, like active volunteers right now. Pero te mencionaba, more than almost half of our wishes are for Hispanic Latino families. So we do need bilingual volunteers, especially to help with the discovery process, to help our families through the wish journey. So eso es muy importante para nosotros, pero también servicios. Entonces, si usted no puede donar dinero y tiene algún restaurante, si es maquillista, we have so many different types of wishes. So guaranteed, we're going to need your service, one day to grant a wish.
When you say 500, ¿a qué decir esto? Hey, nomás porque hay tanto already, that's still not enough. This is 365, 24/7, necesitan la ayuda.
Claro que sí. So we have granted 8,500 wishes over 46 years here, but we still have hundreds of children waiting for their wish to be granted. We granted 476 wishes last year. So it's a lot of wishes that that's more than one a day for the entire year. So it literally takes an army, so we could use your help.
Y los servicios también, right? Because you guys, ustedes tienen tantos servicios, pero no nomás para los wish kids, pero también para las familias también, ¿verdad?
Claro que sí, te mencionaba, tenemos esta red, una comunidad. So beyond the wish, we pride ourselves in offering the support system for our families. We hope to stay engaged with them. Once the wish is granted, they are part of the Make-A-Wish Arizona family forever. So that's one thing that we really also, we're excited that we can provide that community and that support for our families so they don't feel alone.
So they don't feel alone. And then you guys just had a ball recently. I
did.
think I saw you all dolled up. You're beautiful, had that in, but that's just part of everything, right? And that's, con eso pueden llegar con dinero. Like people donate and people get in, and that's what makes these wishes come happen.
Very generous donors that were at Wish Ball. So our theme was Passport to Wishes. We celebrated our wishes around travel. I wish to go. So that was the theme of our ball. But yes, we have our Wish Ball every year. Pero tenemos diferentes eventos durante todo el año. Estamos ocupados todo el año recaudando fondos and really looking for that support.
All right. I noticed Jesus in the break here. Ya cambió. Tiene guitarra. So you play a little bit of everything. What instruments juegas, Jesus? ¿Qué tocas qué? Acordeón, guitarra, ¿qué más?
A little bit of bass, a little bit, and I'm learning a little bit like piano.
¿Y el grupo cómo se llama otra vez?
Los del Valle.
Los del Valle. How do they contact you? Do you guys book for gigs? I know you got a gig coming up.
Yeah.
How do people get a hold of you if they want to book for gigs?
They either can text me on my number or they can text me on Instagram or TikTok.
And what is that? What's your Instagram?
Los del Valle.
Los del Valle, and that's how they can find you on across all platforms. Yeah. Well, you know what? How about you strum a little something in there, like you're tuning your guitar, getting everything ready? Because I think I'm gonna have you play us out. But what style of música? ¿Qué tipo de música tocas?
Serreno.
Serreno.
Yeah.
And then we have that in, and so. Being a wish kid, did you ever think, because that happened, you said it happened in 24, ¿verdad? So you're only a couple of years removed. Has that given you the ability to say, look, I'm ready to move forward? And do you ever see yourself getting involved and helping out?
Yeah, I do. I sometimes go on the wish page and I just like seeing all these other kids get their wishes granted. And I sometimes I'm like, oh, when I'm older, I want to be a volunteer and help other kids and
Pues lo cierto, vas a ser artista, vas a ser productor, so they're going to need your services to turn around and make somebody else famous. After you become famous, they're going to need your services to make somebody else. You're gonna pay it forward?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? How about you start playing for us? Play a little something for us. Get a little riff going, a little melody going in the guitar as we have it in. But Veronica, I just wanted to thank you. Muchísimas gracias por llegar aquí. And I'm hoping that con esto podemos llegar a los otros con deseos and making sure they all come true.
Thank you so much, Gibby. We appreciate this opportunity. Thank you.
All right. Pues, Jesus, play us out, man. Play a little something for us. Thank you so much for joining us right here on La Familia de Arizona.